Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to the Robert Sports Show. I'm your host, Robert. Alright, GCW and JCW present the Jersey J Cup 2024 Night 1. So we had 2 nights of the Jersey J Cup. It is a tournament to crown not only the J Cup champion, but with the JCW championship in the tournament, Jordan Oliver. Every match he has, the title's on the line. So the winner of this tournament is not only going to be the J Cup champion, they're going to be the Jersey Championship, the JCW Championship champion as well. JCW World Heavyweight Championship. So we're going to run down night 1, which is going to be all the first round matchups and a couple non-tournament matches. And then night 2 will have, you got to wrestle 3 times in night 2 to win the GCW champion, the JCW Championship, and the J Cup. So first match on night 1, we had Nick Wayne versus Marcus Mathers. 2 young, talented wrestlers. We know Nick Wayne is signed to AEW. Marcus Mathers wrestles a ton in the Northeast. These 2 guys just went out there and put on a heck of a show for me. I know they wrestled off in the crowd, up on the stage. It was more of a fight than what they normally, because most of these guys normally do a lot of flips, a lot of top rope stuff. This was more of a fight. It was a great match. I give it 3.5 stars with Nick Wayne getting the victory. Next up, we had Tony Deppen, the gatekeeper of GCW, going up against Matt Makowski. Matt Makowski, he wrestles a lot around the world. Very elite striker. Tony Deppen, more of a catch-as-catch-can wrestler. These 2 put on a pretty decent match. It was 13 minutes long. It wasn't as good as the first match, but I still give it 3.25. And Matt Makowski getting the victory, moving on. Next up, we had Masha, Slamovich, and Man Like DeReiss. I say 0-1, you say 2-1, 0-1, 2-1. One of the elite of the Red Pro of the British wrestling scene, going up against one of the elite of the independent scene, Masha Slamovich, from TNA through GCW, through AAW. Everywhere she goes, she can put on a show and beat anyone on any given night. This match against Man Like DeReiss was just like the other matches. They were good, 14 minutes long, a lot of striking for Masha. And she got the submission victory in a 14-minute match. I give it 3.25. Next up, we had Joey Janela, the bad boy, going up against Kerry Morton, second generation, former NWA television champion, Kerry Morton. Joey Janela getting the victory there. I give it 3 stars. Next up, a match that I was actually disappointed in this match, to be honest with you. Alec Price and Jonathan Gresham. Jonathan Gresham, one of the greatest technical wrestlers in pro wrestling right today. Going against Alec Price, the East Coast ace, the OG. I was expecting more of this match. Gresham seemed a little off to me. I thought it was kind of weird. Match was less than 10 minutes long. Based on all the other matches, like that was kind of weird as hell. It was like all of a sudden it's over. I'm like, what? Alec Price. Couple big spots off the top rope, not many. I give it 2.75 stars with Alec Price getting the victory over Jonathan Gresham. Next up, we had the 6-way matchup. If you're new to the J Cup, typically there's 1-on-1s and they have 1 scramble match. That's part of the first round. This one was Myron Reed versus Billie Starkz versus Charles Mason versus Cole Radrick versus Jack Cartwheel versus Mr. Danger. It's supposed to have been Rini Yamashita, but she was injured, so Mr. Danger took her spot. Charles Mason come out with Paro, and they kicked Paro out of the ringside, and the crowd's chanting, "We don't want you" or something. And they came on and said that if Paro does not leave, Charles Mason will be disqualified for the match. Paro left. Charles Mason really wasn't a factor in this match. Myron Reed got the victory. I ended up giving it 3.5. It was a pretty decent match. Next up, we had the GCW tag titles on the line. We had champions Violence is Forever, Dominic, Garrini, and Kevin Koo defending the title versus the Astronauts. Fuminori, Abe, and Takuya Nomura out of, I believe, Pro Wrestling Noah's, where they typically wrestle. This was actually my first shot of seeing these two. Let's see here. Oh, I'm sorry, they are typically out of, let's take a look here, Big Japan Pro Wrestling. It looks like they've done some other independent stuff over in Japan. They're part of All Japan Pro Wrestling, their New Year's Day show, their January 2nd show. So they've been around some of the independent scene in Japan. They took the Violence is Forever. I thought Violence is Forever was violent. These guys were pretty solid, beating up, going against Violence is Forever. I ended up giving it 3 3/4 star. Actually, second best match of the night. And Violence Forever still your GCW Tag Team Champions. A first round matchup, but it is for the Jersey Championship Wrestling title. We had champion Jordan Oliver versus his former stablemate Griffin McCoy. These two were part of Young Dumb and Broke, and Griffin McCoy turned on Jordan Oliver, and they've feuded ever since. This match was interesting. It kind of drug out a little bit. These two kind of fought all over the place. Jordan Oliver ended up getting the victory over Griffin McCoy, which actually sets him up to was it the second round matchup? No. So his second round matchup was the winner of the Scramble match, Myron Reed. But if him and Nick Wayne were to continue, they would end up facing each other in the third round. And they're actually part of East West Express, a tag team. So that could be interesting if they end up matching up. And then the main event of the night was the Great Sasuke versus Speedball Mike Bailey. One of Speedball's dream opponents, the Great Sasuke. I know he's out of Japan. I'm not sure which organization he wrestles the most for. Let's take a look at that. So he wrestles for Michinoku Pro 01. Yeah, it looks like those are his main. And then he also wrestles for Fight of the Ring over in Tokyo. Okay, he's had some big matches there. So the Japanese independent scene. And taking on Speedball Mike Bailey, we know how great Speedball is at striking. We know how great Speedball is with coming off the top rope with his knee drops. But the Great Sasuke was ready for it all. 28-minute match. These two just tore it down. I ended up giving this match 3.5. I thought it was excellent. Yeah, it's just one of those matches you just want to. Matter of fact, I'm going to go back and rewatch it. I am a huge Speedball Mike Bailey fan. I think in 2024 when the PWI 500 comes out, Bailey needs to be in the top 5. I think he's that good. But 3.5 for these two. The Great Sasuke getting the victory and moving on in the J Cup 2-round 2. So it looks like the quarterfinal round is going to give us Alec Price versus Joey Janela, Masha Slamovich versus Makowski, the Great Sasuke versus Nick Wayne, and then Jordan Oliver versus Myron Reed, and that'll give us the winner of those. And then we'll have our winner for J Cup at the end. Looks like we got 2 non-tournament matches also on night 2. So we're going to review that one here right after this. So this was JCW Jersey J Cup Day 1. Stay tuned to Robert Sports Show as we get to Day 2. As always, thanks for watching Robert Sports Show, and don't just have a great day. Have a spiffy day. Robert Sports Show, your YouTube leader in sports content.